I've been interested in building a guitar for the last few years, and I bought two sets of plans last year, but I changed my mind again this year and bought a third set, which I'm going to start working from in this video. What I need first of all was some MDF from my storage rack, and I'll use that to make templates for the body and also for the neck as well. I bought these plans online from John Anthony Guitars, and they now come in these A4 envelopes. But the plans I bought last year, they came in this large, long cardboard tube, and I find this quite inconvenient because not only is it difficult to unravel it and keep it flat, but it's also a lot harder to store it away afterwards. But these plans are full size and highly detailed nonetheless. So that gives me the template for the body, and now I just want one more for the neck. There's usually some kind of joint between the neck and the body of a guitar. I'm not quite sure what's going to be used here at this stage, but I wanted to separate the neck from the body for my templates first of all. And now it's time to make some mess and have some fun with some spray glue. And I chose to do this outdoors because not only is it like steady string in the consistency, but with the fumes it can be quite hazardous in a small workshop, so this is a bit safer for my lungs. As you'll see right here, this glue is very strong and it will bond instantly, so you want to be more careful than I was in positioning your paper to your templates. I managed to very carefully persevere with it and peel it off gradually bit by bit. It took quite a while, it took a lot of swearing, there was impatience somewhere along the line, but eventually I managed to reposition it where I wanted it. While I was preparing the templates for this one guitar, I also decided to set up two for the other two plans I bought. Templates for all three necks were attached in the same fashion. As these sheets were still quite large, my workshop was quite small, I chose to do the rough cut initially on the sawhorse using my jigsaw. Then I could safely return to the confines of my workshop and finish the cutting on my bandsaw. There are a number of holes marked out on each template, and I wasn't sure which ones I actually needed to drill, so for the sake of convenience later on and saving time, perhaps I decided to drill all of them just in case. Filming these sequences of using my bobbin sounder has reminded me that I've wanted to do a video on using this machine for some time now. I guess that all you really need to know for now is that the important thing is to keep the material moving. If you linger in one place for too long, then it will dig in, it will leave hollow spots, but if you keep it moving with practice, you can even do external convex curves if you're careful. I still like to refine some of these shapes with my hand tools and my spoke shaves because it's a lot easier to get a consistent curve. I will be using these templates with a bearing guided cutter to trim each blank size using a router. So it pays to make a nice job of the templates because you save yourself work and time in the long run. There were still some areas where I had to use my bobbin sounder. These little nuts can only really be accessed with one of my rasps. For these long straight sections on the neck, I can easily use my hand planes to true them up nice and straight. And now it was time to find a blank for the guitar body. And to get a look at the grain here, I like to use my power plane where I have boards that are too big or too wide to fit through my thicknesser. Here you'll see that not only is the blank too narrow, but there's also a strip of sapwood on the edge nearest me, which means I have to join two boards together. This board is about 10 inches wide and you can see a kink down the length there, which is why I decided to cross cut it using my jigsaw, just in case. But even then this jigsaw struggled to cut through the knot on one edge of the board. I wanted to add some protection to my MDF templates because I'm aware that MDF can become mouldy and even swell in a damp workshop. So I'm using a water-based sealer, which I had left over from some other job. And once the sealer had dried, I decided to coat the edges with some wax to help guide the bearing of the router cutter. But before I do any more on this project, I need to purchase my hardware.